Hey, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA here for you today on Thursday, January 25th, 2024. We got NBA player props, spreads, predictions here for you today. We're going to have 5 picks that I think are great value bets for this Thursday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers. I can't do it without you guys, so be sure to hit that subscribe button for me. Check us out on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at StraightFirePicks for more picks, content, recaps, ladder challenges, stuff like that. Great way to keep up with us on our social media accounts there. Also, be sure to check us out on Discord as well. I'll have a link down below in the comment section and description for that. Absolutely free. You get access to more research, chat. A great way to connect with the community and what we do here at the channel. I'm in there and stuff like that, so be sure to check that out. Drop your favorite pick down below for today's action as well. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. We'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Alright guys, now it's time for a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, you see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. Shout out to our newest Straight Fire MVPs, Brandon Matthews, Rafael Gomez, and Tommy Johnson. Appreciate you guys for signing up. If you guys are interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there's a join button down below. We also have a link in the comment section and description for that. Great way to support the channel and what we do here at the channel. The cost is just $3.99 per month. What do you get with that? You get access to our plays early. So basically, whenever I'm done with the research and notes in the morning, I post them up ahead of the video with all the notes and all the best lines that you can get on the plays that we got for today. And you can read all of our notes, in a notepad format of what we have. The bets for today. So definitely a great resource. This is a cost of about a coffee per month, $3.99 per month. And aside from that, you get a badge next to your name, some custom emojis, roll color in the Discord, and shout outs on the video. And it's also just a great way to support what we do here at the channel. So I appreciate you guys. Check that out. And without further ado, let's get into our recap from yesterday. It was a pretty solid day in the NBA. We ended up going 3-2 plus 0.74 units, almost up a full unit there. And we cashed day 1 of our ladder as well. We love to see it, guys. That's what we like. We moved to day 2 on our 5K ladder challenge, so that will be out later today, so be sure to look for that. As far as the plays, we had Vince Williams over 12.5 points. This is so easy. I believe he cashed this in the first half. He finished with 25 points. Absolutely, that was the way we like it, guys. Nice and easy. Then we cashed the Phoenix Suns minus 2.5 spread. I'm not going to lie, I was a little scared early. They were down by, I believe, 18 points. And then they ended up winning by like 23. It was a wild game. Wild reversal. At one point, there was like a 50-point reversal in that game, which is just wild when you think about it. But was happy to cash it. We cashed Damian Lillard under 11.5 rebounds and assists. Again, this was such an easy play. He finished with like 5. So that was easy. Unfortunately, we missed on our other 2 plays, and we ended up finishing up the day 3-2. Obviously, I'd like to have a bigger day, and we'd like to go at least 4-1. But 3-2 is a winning day. You should be making money on these days we go 3-2. I preach that. Don't put too much on your parlays. Make sure you're playing your straights. We want to make sure we're profitable on 3-2 days every time. 2-1 days, whatever it is. You always want to make sure you're profitable. But anyway, guys, let's see what else we got. I think that's it for our results. Let's get into our comment cappers now. We had Justin McKelvey calling Northwestern +3. That cashed easy. They ended up winning outright at home. Another great call up from Justin McKelvey. If you guys don't see his pick in the chat, make sure you guys look for his pick. He normally just cashes. I feel like I call him out almost every video. So great call out there. Without further ado, though, guys, let's get right into our picks for today. Let's get a 5-0 sweep. Like I said, ladder challenge will be up later. So let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we got Domantas Sabonis under 34.5 points and rebounds here for the Sacramento Kings. Plus 100 odds on DraftKings. Make sure you guys find your best line on this one. So you got Sabonis here under in 6 of his last 10 games, 7 out of his last 10 on the road. He's 4 out of his last 4 to the under on the road, 5 of his last 6 overall. The one he hit the over with was with 35, so just barely cleared in one of those here recently with 35. He's 11 out of his last 13 to the under versus the Golden State Warriors, including 6 out of his last 6 on the road versus the Warriors. So he's gone under, so much versus his team. I anticipate that to continue here again today. Warriors are 8th fewest rebounds allowed to centers, the 23rd fewest points. Now, really, that's like the 8th most points, right, allowed to centers. So obviously we don't like that as far as points. But however, recently they've been a little bit better. They've allowed the 9th fewest rebounds allowed and the 17th fewest points over the last 7 games here for Warriors versus centers. So obviously we like seeing that. The recent trends is what we want to look at here. And Sabonis, guys, like I said, he's been consistently going under, especially versus the Warriors. And even recently, he's definitely hitting more of a down, stretch here. And I love him to go under today, especially on the road. So love it there for our number 1 pick, guys. We got Domantas Sabonis under 34.5 points and rebounds, plus 100 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we got Derek White over 2.5 3-pointers made here for the Boston Celtics, plus 105 odds on DraftKings. So, guys, Derek White is over in 7 of his last 8 games versus the Miami Heat. Now, this does include the playoffs, but it's worth noting that, this is the area that I love to attack on the Miami Heat. It's the perimeter. This has been this way for years now, where they do not defend the 3-point line well at all. And that's no different this season, especially out on the wing, which we'll see a lot of Derek White out there. He's 4 out of his last 5 overall to this line, including 2 of his last 3 on the road to this line, which I like seeing that. So recently he's been pretty hot to this line. I love his attempts average. He's averaging over 8 attempts per game over his last 5 games, which we obviously love to see that. And like I said, Heat 4th most threes allowed for the season to shooting guards and 2nd most allowed over the last 7 games to shooting guards. So they have not defended, like I said, the 3-point line very well at all. And his only matchup with the Heat this season, Derek White hit 5 threes. So obviously, guys, I think we honestly have some room to work with on this one. I think this potentially could be a ladder for him. You could play him up to about 5 threes. I really think you could. We've only seen, from last year to this year, we've only seen Derek White's role expand, right? He's gotten even more. His role in this with this team in this offense has only gotten higher as he's been with the Celtics. We're seeing him play more minutes, shoot more shots, shoot more threes, and obviously like I said, I love the volume, particularly over the last 5 games for him. He's averaging over 8 3-point attempts per game over the last 5 games. He attempts 8 threes today. I'm really confident we're cashing this line. I'd be willing to take him for 4 for sure. If I know he's going to be attempting 8, which he could attempt more, but the average right now, 8 over his last 5. If he's attempting that, very confident he's going to get there for us. So, love it there for our number 2 pick. We got Derek White over 2.5 3-pointers made here for the Boston Celtics, plus 105 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 3, we got Pascal Siakam under 20.5 points here for the Indiana Pacers, minus 113 odds on FanDuel. So he's under in 2 out of 3 games so far with the Pacers of logs at 15, 16, 21. So obviously the 21 he just got there versus the Blazers. We know the Blazers don't play about any defense. So here, so far Siakam, since he came over to the Pacers, I think he's still trying to figure out his role in this Pacers offense. I mean, a lot of the Pacers shots are very spread out, right? There's a lot of guys that shoot on this team. Mathurin, Miles Turner, Nembhard, so many different guys that shoot here for the Pacers. There's a lot to go around. So, without Halliburton, you'd say, well, they'll probably go to Siakam a lot. I think Halliburton helps free up the floor for everybody. So this offense just doesn't run as smooth without Halliburton. And I think that doesn't help Siakam to not have Halliburton. I really believe that. I mean, he could set up. The thing is, Halliburton going to the rim could set up Siakam, and here you're not going to get that with Siakam. He's going to have to create his own offense, and I think here that's just not his strength. His strength is not. I don't see them going to them, in the post versus like Embiid or Tobias Harris and him just going to work on somebody. I just don't see that happening today. The 76ers here, 5th fewest points allowed to the power forwards over the last 7 games, 12th fewest for the season. It's not the greatest of matchups, and he's under in 4 out of his last 7 games versus the 76ers. But you got to realize that, here, I think if the Pacers are going to attack, they're going to attack more on the perimeter with, DeAnthony Melton still out here for the 76ers. I think, that'd be the place for them to attack is more on the perimeter. And right now, Siakam, like I said, so far his trends aren't great. His shot volume and his minutes aren't great so far with the Pacers. He's averaging 32.3 minutes per game and just under 15 shots per game so far with the Pacers. So his volume's not crazy high. And, for a line like this and a matchup like this, where honestly, I really believe the 76ers could run away in this game. Even though the spread's just set to 5.5, there was part of me that wanted to take the 76ers spread, genuinely. With the way Embiid is rolling right now, if he brings that momentum into this game and he starts dominating, look out. This could turn into a blowout for sure. So, love it there for number 3 pick, guys. We got Pascal Siakam under 20.5 points here for the Indiana Pacers, minus 113 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 4, we got the New York Knicks money line here versus the Denver Nuggets, plus 114 odds on FanDuel. These guys, Knicks are 14-5 at home, 11-7-1 against the spread. Pretty solid for the season. Nuggets 14-10 on the road, just 8-15-1 against the spread on the road. Obviously, they don't perform as well outside of Denver. They're a dominant home team. They're 17-4 at home, but when they go on the road, not quite so much, right? They're vulnerable on the road. They showed that against Indiana actually the other day, winning by just 5, I believe, and pretty close game, wire to wire there. What I really love, though, guys, here, I've been watching the Knicks. We took the Knicks on the spread the other day. They're 10-2 since the OG Anunoby trade. They've been absolutely terrific, and where have they been terrific in particular on the defensive side? They are number 1 in defensive rating since that trade. Last 12 games here with Anunoby. So obviously this defense is playing very well for the Knicks. I think that bodes well for them being at home here. Nuggets, meantime, during that stretch, are 17th in defensive rating during that time. Now, offensively, they're actually both pretty close. Nuggets 9th, Knicks 13th in offensive rating over the last 12 games, like I said, since the Anunoby trade. So, really, offensively right now, both teams about there, but a big edge for the Knicks defensively, and especially being at home. I love the Knicks to get this done. I'm not even bothering with the spread. I think we'll take the value that we get here on the money line. We saw the Knicks won both matchups last year versus the Denver Nuggets. They swept the season series last year. I honestly think, here at the Garden, I think the Knicks once again deliver and get this done versus a very good Nuggets team. Not saying they're not good, but I think the Knicks get it done tonight. So, love it there for our number 4 pick. We got the New York Knicks money line here versus the Denver Nuggets, plus 114 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 5, absolutely love this one, guys. We got Kobe White over 10.5 rebounds and assists here for the Chicago Bulls. Minus 115 odds on PointsBet. So you got Kobe White, 7 of his last 10 to this line, 7 out of his last 10 on the road, 3 of his last 3 versus the Los Angeles Lakers with logs at 13, 11, and 12. Now, believe it or not, if you look up his PRA line for tonight and versus the Lakers, he's gone under in 3 straight. So that means his points have been down versus the Lakers. So I didn't want to take his points tonight. Even though, without Zach LaVine tonight, he definitely could go over. But I love his rebounds and assists tonight. He's 5 out of 6 last 6 to this line without LaVine in the lineup with logs of 18, 12, 17, 7, 12, and 19. So there's 3 in there that really stand out, right? 18, 17, 19. I mean, he's got a pretty high ceiling. And we're talking about the floor. He had one game where he had 7, but for the most part, I love the difference, though, that you have between the ceiling and the floor, right? I think it's obviously great. He's got the ability to get cash this easy, which is what I like. I want to cash this at halftime. I don't know if we'll cash it at halftime, but would like to do that, obviously. But Bulls, playing pretty solid lately. They're almost back to 500. They're 21-24. So I actually anticipate this being a relatively close game. The spread is set to 4.5. And I think you'll see Kobe White play his normal amount of minutes. And I think you'll see a lot of volume for him as far as rebounding and potential assists. And hopefully his teammates just shoot the ball well tonight. That's all we really need. For the season, Lakers 7th most rebounds, 16th most assists allowed to point guards. Now, over the last 7 games, 14th most rebounds, 10th most assists allowed to point guards over the last 7. So, obviously, I like seeing that. I think overall, this is a pretty decent matchup for point guards versus the Lakers. I think he'll get it done for us today. So, love it there for number 5 pick. We got Kobe White over 10.5 rebounds and assists here for the Chicago Bulls, minus 115 odds on PointsBet. Alright guys, it's going to do it for our picks. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate all of you guys. You guys absolutely rock. You guys have been killing it. The member signups have been awesome. We're up to 23 channel members, which is amazing. I appreciate that. I really do. Like I said, you get access to our plays early, which ends up being a pretty big perk. Yesterday we had Vince Williams line at 12.5. It moved up to, I believe, 13.5 juiced. Before tip. So it ends up working out sometimes. You watch these lines move. And definitely, guys, make sure you guys are checking out all your books and making sure you're getting the best lines. That's the biggest trick to sports betting, is taking advantage of all the angles that you can get. And right now, just to let you know, even on Sabonis, our number 1 pick, under 34.5 points and rebounds. Plus 100 on DraftKings. If you go over to FanDuel, it's minus 115. You're paying all that extra juice when you don't have to. So that's the advantage of having multiple books, and that's why we have multiple books. But make sure you guys are playing these on the straights and sprinkling the parlay. You don't want to just parlay these guys. It's 5 picks. It's a lot of picks. If we go 3-2, we want to be making money going 3-2 all day, every day. But aside from that, guys, we'll have day 2 of our ladder challenge out later. Hopefully, I'll likely try to do some different plays than what we got. Sometimes I put some of our channel plays in there, but I try to put different plays in there so we're not overly invested, so we don't double down on stuff and end up having a really sad night if, one of our plays misses. But outside of that, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Check us out on social media. Aside from that, I'll see you guys all later. Peace out.